lot of different corporations and companies that are already in line. We knew Walmart was going to be gung-ho about it. I heard Netflix like to work at the Netflix building, and it's gonna all go on further and further. It's gonna snowball until it's the point that they're trying to get to, which will eventually bring in, you know, the charagma that will govern the whole world. What they're attempting to govern the whole world with that.
Shit, with a fucking rod of iron, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get that.
Right.
Because Esau, he's taking away your rights. You know, your civil, you know, your rights of being, you know, basically of being a human being. Mm-hmm. You know, he's taking that away. Go ahead.
The Sirach 34, the light, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded them thereof is a man of blood.
Oh man, that's Esau is right there, man. That's his nature, man, defrauding people. All right? He defrauds from everything. Everything is a fucking illusion. You know, he try to take everything from you. You know? Take taxes out your check like crazy percentage. You know? That you can barely live on. You know? Credit-based system. Alright? Debt-based system. That's a form of defrauding. Right? Courts. You know?
That's also a form of oppression.
Yeah.
Because to oppress, it doesn't mean just to deal harshly with.
Yeah.
It also means to defraud you, take money from you, exploit you, extort you, use usury against you. That's all oppression, man. Him, you know, taking away those rights to try to, you know, coerce you into serving, you know, and making, you know, that decision. That's oppression, man. You know?
Yeah, that's oppression, man. He basically telling you that's not oppression. You know, it's education. It's basically defrauding to you and lying to you at the same time. You know?
22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
He that take away his neighbor's living is living to, you know, his living. It's basically his right to take care of himself and his family. He's basically slaying them, man.
Your livelihood.
Yeah. You know? So that's what he's doing with this juice, man. You don't want to take the his potion, all right, his death potion. You don't have the right to work and take care of yourself and your family. All right? With a I don't want to say the B word. I'm talking about the other B word. I'm just saying the virus that he put out. You know, with the virus he put out. You know, so he didn't, you know, have you take the juice. You know, so he's all set it up. You know, he's been setting it up for a while, man. You know, it's like nowhere you can turn. That's when Yahweh Shem Yahushua got to act. And he's gonna take care of his people. All right, his elect. All right.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
That's what you saw to a T, man. He's a bloodshedder, man. You know, and that's why we out here and try to get our people to understand that, man. Esau, he them so-called white man ain't your friend, man. And these other nations, man. You know, they hate you, man. They don't wanna be sitting at the same table as you. All right. So it's best bet that you turn back to your power. All right, and serve your power, man. All right, and then in turn, I got you. Then in turn, your power will protect you. All right. Now, as far as Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Psalms 94 verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?
Yep.
They gathered.
Yeah, that's what Esau do. All his, you know, his courts, you know, his laws, his policies. It's all kind of mischievous devices, man, to get Jay caught up, man. like the crack area, man, the crack era, the crack, epidemic that happened in the hoods, man. You know, Esau take all the jobs out the hood, where Jacob's at, and then he puts crack and guns in. Then if you get, caught, serving, crack, which that's a wicked thing. You don't supposed to be, serving, drugs to your own people. But Esau sets it up like that. You got serving drugs to your people, then you get caught and you get put in prison. So that's one example of how Esau either basically keep his cheapness, and his devices, by the laws and shit like that.
Verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. But Yahweh is my defense and my power is the rock of my refuge.
I have to say this about Slappy, bro. About the war on drugs, and how he put that device in place. What was the rap song or the rapper that said the war on drugs was a war on us? Because when they gave us, because we know about the prison industrial complex, how they set Jacob with the scenario you laid out to feed their families, but only give them a means to do it illegally. So now that we're caught illegally, then they declare the war on drugs, and they don't go after the kingpins in Nicaragua and then none of those other cartels or whatever. They didn't go after them. They went out because they were the ones making the deal to let it in. They went after us to demonize us because the real war was on us. Okay? They wanted us to fill up the prison so they can get that industrial commerce out of us. Get us to work literally for slave wages to build up their money for free, damn near, for pennies on the dollar, what they would naturally owe us, which was crumbs in the first place.
And which is enabled by the 13th Amendment.
Exactly.
13th Amendment slaves. That was what that all was about.
Yeah. If you see this movie, Tom Cruise, called American Made. I think it's American Made. The CIA was behind that shit, man.
Yep.
The CIA actually let, basically, do business deals with those Escobars and those
Cartels.
Cartels and shit. Down there they do deals with them, to basically put that cocaine and crack in the neighborhood, man. Out here in America, man. And those cartels, hey, the Lord's gonna wipe out your cartels. Yep. And you a part of that 2/3, man. Yep. You niggas, man. Alright, so when the Lord actually brings his wrath on the prophets, the elect is gonna be actually root. The prophets and the elect actually gonna be rooting for you. How about you now outside, man? Right, Because, hey, man, we can't wait till the Lord bring this wrath and destroy you people, man. All right, because your people are useless eaters, man. Right? All you do is destroy, man. And you help Esau destroy. Yeah? So you have no point being on earth, man. I'm talking about you 2/3. Okay?
I got it. This is dealing, going back to the elite. This is Psalm 64 and 5, and this is I'm gonna read it in the NLT translation. It says they encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. And their traps is the trap jig. The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It says, who will ever notice, they ask. As they plot their crimes, they say, we have devised the perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning. Going back to the elites, they devised the perfect plan, the prison industrial complex. You already know that they had it all, it was already pre-planned how they was going to carry this forward. It was going to go hand in hand with the music industry, that they was going to use Jake to be a part of and participate, all in destroying their own people. Same thing what they doing with them, using the machine to get Jake to,
Can you please back up, please.
They're using these celebrities and entertainers to shame other Jakes to get in line.
You are the organization
But this is
that
all,
they're going to use
planned
if
out
a
by the
terrorist
wicked.
wants to get accused.
The wicked
We're going
elite,
to play
man.
each and every one of them. We're all going to go down
It's
as
that wicked
terrorists.
elite, man.
And
The
we know-
rich,
Do you know that terrorists
Edomite
want to
banking
take
families
over
that rule the planet Earth. You know, the Rothschilds, you know, the Rockefellers, Eddie's DuPonts, Bilderbergs, etc., Oppenheimers. You know, this is the secret council of the wicked.
I already know some of them is fake, but not all of them.
Ignore
Yeah,
the
they do
demons.
wear them
The
because
Amalekites,
it's like
man.
a costume for them. It's not mourning. They've
Amalek,
been using
man.
it for a little bit too long.
And through
But
history,
no,
you know,
I don't think so. I'm not disrespectful to the Jews or the Jewish people, but it's Jewish, not Jews.
the
That's
worst
what
enemy of Israel was
it's
Amalek.
sorry to them for trying to only the Jews.
And Amalek, I believe,
Like a
was
word
his
neither.
son of grandson of
Follows
Esau.
them too. They be
The
telling
grandson of Esau. You know, he's ruling the planet Earth right now.
Man. And I'm not part of this
Alright, and
organization.
that's
If
the
you
secret
send
council of the
flyers over
wicked.
to my home, or the
Alright.
orange Bible to my kids,
And
that's
they
the
cause
part of
all
God.
type of turmoil
The orange Bible is
in,
mine.
in Israel.
Ours.
All right, you got you Israelites thinking that you're black, you know, you Mexican, Puerto Rican. All right, you got you Israelites, you know, killing one another, you know, robbing one another, committing adultery against one another. You know, you got you Israelites thinking, oh, you can take the juice and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know, turn the fucking TV off, man. Turn that shit off. Because Esau saturated that TV with lies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
All kind of gay shit, you know? You can't even watch a TV program without seeing no gay shit, man. It's all kind of gay shit.
Yo.
Yeah, either that or something alluding to pedophilia.
Yeah.
It's very subtle though.
Yeah.
Like there was this commercial that kept coming on last night. Where we saw that it was a Edomite and a young straight girl walking out of a store holding hands, walking down the street. They tried to put it like he might have been like the father or whatever, but man, come on, man. We saw the imagery in that, man.
Yeah.
You know? It's total wickedness.
Even within the new movies, like the new Venom, hey, you see the partnership between Esau and his woman, you know, Eve, man. You know, so they're highlighting these wicked things. Hey, but the normal person doesn't see it.
Yeah, they actually get brainwashed by it. You show a particular thing, you know, idea on TV or all the time. That's called brainwashing, man. You know, you're gonna start to believe it. You're gonna start to believe it. And you're gonna start to go outside and push that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Without you even know what's going on.
Then quickly to show you that that's true and that works. How is it that you'll hear a song and you hate it when you first hear it, but you've heard it every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day on every radio station, and now it became your favorite song. You're singing it. Same way that to prove that it works. If you ain't experienced that, you're a lie. Straight up.
Real quick. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Yeah, the secret council of the wicked, the Illuminati. As you can say, they're actually witches. They're actually witches, and they cast spells on people, man. All right, through the TV, through the radio, through the media. All right, through the food you eat. They cast spells on that food, man. Those fast food restaurants and shit, they cast spells on it, man. From Satan, man. All right.
Yep, it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Meaning your spells is not gonna. The Lord, put you through the ringer and He brings destruction on you. The little spells that you cast is not going to work for you. And it also tells you that in Numbers that there is no enchantment against Jacob.
Yep.
So the elect is not going to work upon it. You're gonna be able to tell that because you're going to come after them and persecute them because your charm isn't working on them. So they're not going to fold and comply, to your new world order, man. They're not going to be the very elect are not going to be deceived like the masses are. So that's how you're going to know that, hey, the enchantment ain't working on them. As a matter of fact, these are the men that have been speaking these words against